seconds. I cannot.
Stadium, a great night for baseball ahead on the show. It's the New York Yankees. John Shambi and Chris Singleton with you. Biggest story in this one is just how dominant his pitching has been, Singy. He's been in complete control at recent starts.
So much confidence on the bump, Boog. Painting corners, changing speeds. He's been an absolute nightmare for would-be hitters.
We'll be back to get this one started after this. Showing the slab in today's game, Kris Bubic. What should we keep an eye on here?
Well, he tried to make it through the 5th inning last time out, but the pitch count just got too high. He ended up taking the loss. That's one of those you just have to shake it off, come back out today, and try to throw a gem.
Ready to go? Here's Cody Bellinger.
For the Yankees, the first baseman, number 35, Cody Bellinger.
Up the middle. Oh, can't pick it up cleanly. Safe at first, no play. We'll see how they score this.
The designated hitter, Aaron.
Now it's Aaron Judge up to the plate, the leading home run hitter in the American League. Hard hit, left field, base hit. Bellinger around second, on his way to third. Throw cut off to second, and he's out, trying for 2.
Gotta love the hustle and the attitude there to try to stretch that single into a double, but unfortunately thrown out at second base. He was so close to being in scoring position.
Now here's Giancarlo Stanton. 2 homers in the game yesterday, so he's feeling good coming in. On the ground to third. Now 2 away as they get a run across.
So important to really lock in on an at-bat like this. It seems easy with the infield back, but you've got to make sure you put the ball in play. Put it on the ground, brought that run in.
Now here's Trent Grisham. Grisham went deep in his most recent game. Hard ground ball, base knock. And that keeps the inning going.
Good start for him to this ball game tonight. And I always talk about it. Get a knock in your first at bat. It just makes your confidence at such a higher level for the potential of having a big night.
Digging in, Austin Wells. And there's a foul ball. Wells with a homer in his last game. Here's 0-1. Swing and a miss as he chases that one darting out of the zone. Lifted in the air out to left. And that's the 3rd out. On to the bottom of the 1st. Yankees 1, KC coming to bat. We go to the bottom of the 1st, and starting for the Yankees, the right-hander, Clarke Schmidt. What's the word on him?
Well, the entire league knows how nasty that cutter is. Look for the righties to move off the plate a little bit so they can get the arms extended to get good wood on the baseball.
Isaac Collins steps in for the Royals. Swings through that one out in front that time. In for a strike. 0-2 now. Stays alive. The 0-2. Fouled off, and they'll do it again. Here's the 0-2. Swing and a miss. Struck him out. And there's one away.
Batting second, not short.
Okay, let's check out the lineup. Someone who makes things happen for them, in part with his legs, Lane Thomas.
Well, Boog, you know I love guys that can run, and this guy has great speed. We'll see in this game if he gets a chance to use it. And if he does, I think even you are going to be really impressed because he can really impact the game with his wheels, and you like guys that can score, he's definitely able to do that.
Bobby Witt Jr. stands in here, takes ball one low. A little bit low.
Nope.
And that's ball two.
Witt Jr. is one of only 2 players in AL/NL history to have 20 home runs and 20 stolen bases in each of his first 2 seasons, Boo. The other player, Julio Rodriguez.
Here for a strike. That is strike 2.
Well, as a hitter, you're hoping that the command on that sinker doesn't come until later in the ball game. But if that's how it's going to be all day, it's going to be a tough one for the offense.
Keeps the at-bat going with a foul ball. Here's the 2-2. Spoils the 2-strike pitch, and he'll see another. Strike 3, and that's 2 in a row.
Well, there appears to be no problem settling in on the mound out there today. It looks pretty tough to start this one, punching out the first 2 hitters of this ball game. And somebody's going to have to put the bat on the ball, put it in play, and get something going.
Stepping in, Vinny Pasquantino. And he grounds one to the right side. He takes it himself to the bag, and that'll do it. KC down in order. They trail here 1-0. Back here at Kauffman Stadium, top of the second, Anthony Volpe stepping in now for the Yankees. That's outside, and it's 1-0. Liner caught at second.
That swing right there tells me he's seeing the ball pretty well. I know it didn't produce a hit, but he made solid contact, and that's all you're looking to do anytime you're at the plate.
Jazz Chisholm Jr. now. Garcia. Jump throw. In time. Got him.
Batting in, the third baseman, Ryan McMahon.
My goodness, Chris. He had to generate a ton of power in that jump throw for the out. Let's take another look and dive into the numbers from StatCast.
Man, that's an impressive throw right there. In the air all the way from third base. You've got to have.
Makes the grab, and that'll end the inning. Yanks held in check, but they're on top 1-0. We head to the bottom of the second. Now will be the cleanup hitter for the Royals, Salvador Perez. Misses just off the outside edge. I think that was a strike. Perez getting the start at catcher. He made his major league debut in 2012. And he won a World Series with the Royals in 2015. Gets him to chase after that one. Got him swinging for the strikeout. That K is his third of the game.
That's that classic wipeout slider below the zone right there. Just nasty. Looks like a fastball thigh high that you got to protect the zone, and then it's just that late break that fools you and kind of makes you look silly.
Jonathan India batting with one down takes a strike. Swing and a miss. 0-2. Our plate umpire, Earl Hendricks.
Yeah, with Hendricks, Boo, kind of interesting. He's a good, consistent umpire, but you do hear that he kind of favors one side of the plate more than the other. So it's really hard to know for sure, but I think that usually it has to do something with where he sets up prior to each pitch.
And now it's Kyle Isbell.
Not getting the results he's wanted at the plate recently. No hits over his last 5 games.
Two down, nobody on. On the ground.
That's
and
foul.
Foul ball.
Ball.
Out to short. Out number 3. We played 2 innings. It's 1-0. On to the 3rd inning, and stepping in for the Yankees, Jose Caballero. Fouled off left side. Here comes the 0-1. On the ground to the left. Witt over to first. Leadoff hitter gone in the 3rd.
Up next for the Yankees, the first baseman, number 35, Cody Bellinger.
Here comes Belly to take his cuts. Reached on an infield single his first time. And that one finds its way through. So a man aboard now with 1 away.
The batter, number 99.
I know that was a ground ball, but it was absolutely hammered through the infield. That's not one you're excited to get in front of if you're an infielder. You know they used to say, charge it. Crazy.
That's a laser base hit. Lead runner touches second, headed for 3rd. Cut off, throw to second, in there.
Hey,
He's safe.
Wasting no time. He's 2 for 2 now on the night, and just a triple and home run away from the cycle.
Seriously, we're starting with this already. So 2 in scoring position with 1 out. Giancarlo Stanton at the plate. Golden opportunity right here.
Ball.
Second and 3rd, 1 away here in the 2nd game of the series. Swing and a pop up. And that ball to strike. Can't glove it cleanly. Bellinger is in to score. Still manages a throw. Safe. And they add to their lead as the run scores from 3rd.
Comes through with the RBI. Fielder got a piece of it, but the way that thing came off the bat, no surprise at all. He couldn't pick it cleanly. It's a very difficult play, and that swing definitely was deserving of a hit.
Runners at the corners here, 1 away. So the batter now will be Trent Grisham. Picked up a base hit to center his first time up. And a swing and a miss. There's that slider. Traffic on the bases with 1 already in. We're here in the top half of inning number 3.
That's down.
Could use a ground ball here. Something in the infield. Runner at first base. Get 2. Get out of this.
The 1-1 is fouled off. Lefty out of the stretch. Runners at first and third. Ground ball up the middle. That's a base hit. In comes the run from third to add on. It's an RBI single, and they take a 3-run lead.
Picks himself up at RBI. Really nice job staying up the middle with his approach. He didn't try to do too much with the pitch. Just shot it through the infield.
And now the catcher comes up to hit. Austin Wells.
I'm curious how he decides to attack on the mound. This guy at the plate has been great hitting under pressure this year.
0-1. 2 on, 1 out. Ground ball, and that's through the infield. Throw back in, holds the runner at third. Base is now loaded. Only 1 away.
And that hit carries a little extra meaning, Boog. It keeps his hitting streak going. He is dialed in at the dish right now.
I don't think there's a more confident hitter in all of baseball right now. Looks like he's expecting a knock every time he steps to the plate. So up next for New York, Anthony Volpe. He's 0 for 1. Out towards right center field. He's got it. Runners tagging from second and third. He's in on the sac fly. It's 4-zip.
That play really shows how important it is to hit the cutoff man. Looked like he tried to throw through and get the runner at home, but it backfired, and it ended up costing them a run. I remember my rookie year overthrowing a cutoff man. Didn't last long before I was pulled aside by a veteran pitcher. He had a talk with me, and I don't know if I ever missed a cutoff man again.
At the plate, Jazz Chisholm Jr. And that one is lifted in the air. And he'll play it on a bounce. Runner from third in to score. It's an RBI single. It's 5-0.
Puts a run on the board and picks up an RBI. High fastball, even a little above the zone, but such a good job of staying tall on the backside, getting that barrel there to meet it just in time. I tell you what, it's not easy to do.
And the Royals manager making his way towards the mound now as he will make the move. Kris Bubic out of the game, and this is one he'd like to forget. Back with a new arm after this. New pitcher in the game for the Royals, Stephen Kolek.
Well, he's been a really tough guy to take deep this season. You usually have to string some hits together in order to get to him.
First and second, 2 outs. Ryan McMahon stepping in now for the Yankees. He's 0 for 1. Grounds one to short. Witt. That'll end the inning after a lot of scoring. 9 men come to the plate, 4 score. We head down to the home half of inning number 3. It's the Yankees 5 and the Royals nothing. Welcome back. Let's check out what's been happening of late. Really been struggling.
First pitch strike right there for him. He's going to have to do that consistently if he's going to give any length to his skipper.
Swing and a miss as he was late that time. Out to short. Tosses to first. 1 gone, bottom of the 3rd inning. Schmidt with a stellar run lately on the mound, really carving up lineups. Here comes Lane Thomas.
It's been a tough stretch for him at the plate. Just 1 hit in his last 5 games. Some pitchers can go out there and rip off a month or 2 of incredible starts. And right now, it looks like he's in one of those grooves. Really fun to watch.
Ball. Next pitch misses outside. 1 ball, 1 strike. And that one fouled off. The 1-2. Swing and a miss. Struck him out. Now 5 strikeouts for him on the mound.
Good pitch right there. I mean, he's attacking a location that this guy at the plate tends to have trouble with. And there's just so much information in this day and age, sometimes too much information. But the guys that can take that information, process it, and then go out there, Boog, and execute the pitch, go right after that hitter, and get the result that they were anticipating. That's really good pitching right there. And it's a good job of the pitcher and the catcher working together.
Dairon Blanco in the box with 2 gone, and takes a look at a called strike.
Quickly into an 0-2 count. Both pitches were down in the zone. I think you set your sights a little bit higher because you'll have a tendency to...
Oh, that's a strikeout, and that'll do it for the inning. 9 straight retired here to start the game. Major League Baseball is on the show. Back here in Kansas City, and stepping in for the Yankees, Jose Caballero. Foul ball there. His stolen base numbers this season are good enough to put him top 5 in baseball, Singy. On the ground to third, Garcia. Over to first. Leadoff hitter retired in the 4th.
Up next for the Yankees, the first baseman, number 35, Cody Bellinger.
And up to the plate comes Cody Bellinger. He's 2 for 2. The first one to Bellinger is in for a strike. Back to the mound. It hit him. Gets it there in time, though, and they get it out of the play. Definitely some concern here. That ball came back and got him right on the pitching arm, as you can see him trying to shake it off.
And if nothing else, you worry about him getting some dead arm and losing some feeling. But from what I can tell, I think they're going to let him continue, and that's a really good sign.
2 outs, base is empty. Aaron Judge stepping in now for the Yankees. And that's in there at the knees for a strike. Singy, he's currently the team leader in runs scored. Base hit. And now a 2-out opportunity for Giancarlo Stanton.
Up next for the Yankees, the left fielder, Giancarlo Stanton.
Here's Stanton now. And a foul ball. The 0-1. Now a bullet to second base, but he's got it to end the inning. Back here at the ballpark, let's check out the latest news from around the league.
He's looking great so far. It helps when over 80% of your first pitches are strikes. He might be able to go the distance if he keeps this up.
There's a swing and a miss. Fans another, and that's 3 straight strikeouts. And here's a look at how he's using his pitches in this one. Now here's Bobby Witt Jr. His first at-bat was a strikeout. That one's in there, 0-1.
Now this guy is just filling up the strike zone right now. Don't want to get yourself in an 0-2 hole. You better be ready to pull the trigger on the first pitch.
Up the middle, dives, and he can't hang on. Uh-oh, throw goes to second. One down. Vinny Pasquantino steps in for the Royals. Hey! And that's pushed foul off to the left and out of play. The 0-2. Knocks that one away, and we'll do it again. Fights it off. He'll see another. Goes down looking for the strikeout. Strikeout number 8.
Well, that curveball had some pretty good break to it. As you can see, the hitter just locked up a little bit. Thought it was a great pitch to hit, but sometimes you're looking for something else and you can't pull the trigger.
Runner on the go. Perez in the box here and fouls it off for strike 1. Oh, 1 now. Right through there for a strike. Fouls it back with 2 strikes. And the 0-2. Struck him out swinging. Whiff number 9 for him in this game. 9. Royals lead 1. It's 5-0.
Where's your vision? It's not how you started, but how you gonna end it. Hey, how you gonna finish? Gotta get to the business. They watching, they witnessing. Got a record, I break it like Guinness. Oh yeah, it's top of the league. Oh yeah, don't play with a kid. You know what the time is. Checking the wrist.
Back here at Kauffman Stadium, their offense has produced a lot of hits so far, as we see from the spray chart.
Yeah, when a team has this many knocks, a lot of the time it gets clustered to one side or another. Not today. They're hitting it all over the field.
Liner caught at second. 1 pitch and 1 out.
From up here, it looked like that liner might be splitting the gap in right center. That's one of those atom balls you just have to live with as a hitter.
Austin Wells stepping in now for the Yankees. Foul ball. In the air, right center. This is mashed way back and gone. His 19th home run of the year, and they add a run. It's 6-0.
He's swinging a red-hot bat. This isn't the first home run we've seen him hit these last few games, and it probably won't be the last. A good hitter gets pitch recognition early. He saw exactly where that was going to be. The challenge, not get over anxious and come out of your swing. He stayed on it and got all of it.
So digging in, Anthony Volpe.
One.
Line drive, base hit. And that's a 1-out single. Not sure if too many people have been paying attention to it quite yet, Singy, but that extends his hit streak to 11 now.
Well, I know he knows about it, even if a lot of our viewers don't. And this is when it's clear it's no fluke. 11 games in a row. Man, that's when even the hitting coach starts to leave you alone. You're going so good that nobody wants to mess it up.
Next to hit, Jazz Chisholm Jr. Whip for 1. On to first, double play, and that's the inning. Another look at the long ball for the Yankees. It's now a 6-0 ball game. Back here in Kansas City, ready to go for the last half of the inning. Jonathan India steps in for the Royals.
India.
And first offering is fouled off.
Well, these Royals, from what we've seen, I think it's fair to wonder if they've been too patient at the plate. They found themselves behind in the count quite a bit. They're trying to be patient, but it's mostly resulting in outs, not base runners. And you could argue it's making things more difficult at the plate.
Got him looking for the strikeout. Looks like he's picked up right where he left off.
Pretty electric stuff showing up on the mound right now. I mean, in the double-digit strikeouts, he should be able to rack up some more before he's done in this one. And there are not many of these hitters have had much of an answer for what he's offering out there.
Isbell swings through that one as he comes to the plate for the second time today. Right side, Chisholm. On to first. Home half of the fifth inning, moving along. Two quick outs.
For the Royals, the third baseman, Michael Garcia.
And now here is Michael Garcia. 0 for 1. He grounded out in his first at bat. Garcia goes 6'1", 26 years old, and he was born in Venezuela. Comes up empty. That's strike two.
Now this offense has just been locked down. Almost 5 full innings of shutout baseball.
And it's fouled off. They'll do it again. Two down, nobody on. Set down on strikes. And he keeps putting up the K's. That's number 11. He continues to roll on the mound as 5 shutout innings are in the books. Back after this on the show. Welcome back. A few highlights to help tell the story of the game. Now it's going to be Ryan McMahon.
The third baseman, Ryan McMahon.
Hit in the air, left field. One up, one down.
Up next for the Yankees, the right fielder, Jose.
So up next, Jose Caballero. In the air to left center, Isbell under this one. And there's 2 away. Top of the Yankee order, Cody Bellinger digs in now. And first offering is fouled off. Hard ground ball, base knock. And that gives Aaron Judge a chance to hit with 2 out.
The batter, number 99.
Here comes Aaron Judge. 3 for 3 with 2 singles and a double. Chop to the left side. Fires over to first. That's the 3rd out. Inning over. The Yanks lead 1, but they're on top by a count of 6-0. Back here at Kauffman Stadium. On fire coming in, and man, he's still sizzling in this one.
Great command of his pitches. He's the whole package. If you're building a prototype in the lab, it probably looks a lot like this. I'm impressed by the number of first pitch strikes. He's not afraid of contact. Some guys, they'll nibble just because they don't want to get hit hard. That's not what we're seeing here.
That's in there, and the count 1-2.
Tonight, his slider has been really impressive. I mean, tight spin. Seems like the hitters aren't picking it up out of the hand.
And a foul ball. He stays alive. Popped up to the left into foul ground. Wells takes it in for the out. And there's one down.
Up next for the Royals, the right fielder, number 44.
Now it's the right fielder, Dairon Blanco. That's a hit. And that turns the lineup over.
Only 2 hits allowed so far tonight, Boog, so I don't think that one will disrupt his momentum all that much. You know, he's really been on top of his game, commanding his pitches all night long.
Now it's the second baseman, Isaac Collins, who's 0 for 2 with a pair of strikeouts. On the ground, 2 ball. Flips it. There's one. Double play. They can't seem to break through. Inning over. Make it 6 shutout innings for him out there now. Yankees 6 and the Royals nothing. Well, this game isn't very close, Singy. Let's see if we got any messages from those tuning in today.
I know we got some good stuff in there.
Singy, were you superstitious as a player?
I'd say a little bit, Dan. I wouldn't want to admit it, but I think, you know, you have a good game the next day. You're maybe thinking a little bit when you're putting your spikes on. Which one did I put on first? What did I eat? You know, let me just bring that back into today.
Oh, this ball is crushed into left field. It's on its way and gone. Giancarlo Stanton with a blast. That's his 3rd home run of the series. And they add to their lead. It's 7-0.
Already playing with the lead, and now they're celebrating a home run. They're having a great time out there. A slider right down the middle of the plate. It's like slow motion for a hitter. You're just licking your chops, waiting for it to arrive, and you want to hit it a long way, and he did.
Manager out of the dugout, and he's going to make a change. Stephen Kolek departs. We'll be back in a minute with a new arm on the mound. Steven Cruz will take over here.
Well, he's had trouble at times keeping the ball in the park this season. Something to keep in mind here.
Now Trent Grisham to the plate. Drilled in the air, high and deep right field. That's back. It's a bomb. They do it again. Back-to-back homers. And they add on. Kris, he's homered in back-to-back games now.
Yep, seeing the ball well, and he's got his timing locked in. He's looking pretty dangerous at the dish right now. Welcome to the game. First pitch out of the bullpen, a tough one, and you know he's just trying to get one in there for a strike. And on the other side, as a hitter, it's a great time to be aggressive and let it fly. It's not what they were looking for when they turned to him, but now he's got to find a way to reset.
Here's the catcher to hit, Austin Wells. Oh, great stop. Throw to first, and very nicely done for the out.
The batter, number 11, shortstop, Anthony.
So digging in, Anthony Volpe.
Taken high in the draft, he's had that top prospect labeled over him since he put on a professional uniform. But at some point, that starts to go away, and you've got to produce at the big league level.
Tap foul at the plate.
Power relievers one after another coming out of the bullpen these days. Got to be ready for that first pitch heater.
Comes up empty.
He has a tendency to chase out of the zone, and that slider that's down, that's one of his money pitches to get that swing and miss.
Line drive, base hit. So they get a man aboard with a 1-out single.
The batter, number 13, second baseman,
Jazz Chisholm Jr. now at the plate. There's a line drive to left field. And it gets by him. Volpe flying around third and headed home. He'll score. It's 9-0.
These hitters today are so great with handling velocity. They're seeing high speeds day after day, and a nice job of turning that one around.
One out, runner at second. Here's Ryan McMahon now. 0 for 3 in this one. Swings and hits one in the air out towards right field. Brings it in. Runner tags at second. The relay to third. He gets there safe at third as he moves up with 2 gone.
Up next for the Yankees, the right fielder, Jose Caballero.
And stepping in for New York, Jose Caballero. In the air, right field. And that is that. But 2 round trippers in this inning. The long ball was working. It's now 9-0. You're watching Major League Baseball on the show.
Now pitching for the
We're back in a new pitcher here to start the bottom of the 7th. Number 80.
Compared to some days, this is a pretty low leverage appearance for him, so he should be fairly free and easy out there. Still have to keep yourself sharp and attack the strike zone.
Here's Bobby Witt Jr. 1 for 2.
Bobby Witt Jr.
Drilled out towards left center field. That's well struck. And it one-hops the wall. Now around second, going for third. And the throw's offline, safe at third. Vinny Pasquantino steps in for the Royals. His home and away splits there.
Well, here's a good opportunity in this inning to get on the scoreboard after that leadoff hit, and hardly order coming up right behind him. This is where they need to get going.
No, that's down. Ball.
He's just missing with some pitches that, I mean, they're not strikes, and that's what you think. Oh, good.
Smoked into left field, base hit. Witt scores. It's an RBI single, and they're on the board, but lots of ground to make up. And now it's Salvador Perez to the plate. Hitting better against right-handers this year, so some reverse splits there.
Hurt.
This one in the air, right field. And that's a foul ball. The 0-2. Got him looking.
Well, he's going to have some thinking to do when he leaves the ballpark after this one. That was his 3rd strikeout, and this one looking, obviously, so he's been a little overmatched. He's got to find a way just to be more competitive up there at the plate.
Check swing called strike. That's strike 1. Fastball for a strike.
Absolutely frozen on that heater right down the middle, and that's a pitch you're just not getting back. Now he's in a tough spot, especially after falling behind on a good first pitch. Well, that's the money maker right there. 2 strikes, slider down and away from a same side thrower as the hitter. I mean, it's just tough. You're looking to protect with 2 strikes, and very difficult to lay off.
Here's a swing and a line drive and a base hit into right field. Throw in holds the lead runner at second. 2 on now with 2 away. So up next, Michael Garcia.
Hurt.
Oh, 0-2 now. Battling here as he fouls it away. 2 on, 2 outs. Gets a piece. and stays alive. Got him looking. They limit the damage here. 1 run in the inning, but they leave 2. We look ahead to inning number 8. The Yankees 9 and the Royals 1. Back here in Kansas City, we go to the 8th. Cody Bellinger step. In now for the Yankees. And first offering is fouled off.
You know, these Yankees, simply put, are producing a lot of quality swings. They have 5 extra base hits on the stat sheet so far, and that tells me they're seeing the ball out of the pitcher's hand really well. With all those extra base hits, it's easy to think we're going to see that trend continue the rest of the game. They seem to be really locked in at the plate.
Hit on the ground to the right side, and that's a foul ball. On the ground right side, and it goes just foul. Ground ball to the right side. Pasquantino steps on the bag. Leadoff man is out here in the 8th.
Number 99, designated hitter Aaron Judge.
Aaron Judge at the plate.
With this kind of lead, he can swing freely, try to hit the ball out of the park, do what he loves to do.
Swing and a ball popped in the air. Brings it in. 2 down.
Up next for the Yankees, the left fielder, Giancarlo Stanton.
Here comes the skipper, and we're going to see a pitching change in this spot. Steven Cruz done for the night, and as he heads off, we'll step aside for a minute. Back with the new pitcher after this break. So the Royals bring on a new arm, Seth Lugo.
He's averaging more than 1 hit allowed per inning pitched this season, and that's not where you want to be at all. So we'll see how he does here.
Giancarlo Stanton to the plate now. Up the middle. And that is that. Down in order go the Yankees, but they still hold a commanding 9-1 lead. Back now, new pitcher on the mound as we roll into the bottom of the 8th, Ryan Yarbrough.
Definitely a guy that pounds the strike zone, makes hitters earn their way on base, and rarely gets in trouble because of free passes.
Lane Thomas will make his way to the plate.
The left fielder, Lane Thomas.
Right through there for a strike. Yarbrough, 34-year-old vet, and he was drafted in the 4th round back in 2014. Keeps the at-bat going with a foul ball. Here's the 0-2. And they'll do it again. Stays alive. The 0-2. Struck him out looking. Went back to the cutter, and it was worthwhile.
Well, we saw a solid effort out of their starter, and the bullpen is following suit. It's just a good day as a manager or as a pitching coach when you can hand the ball off to multiple arms and get stability from all of their performances.
Ground ball up the middle. Whips it to first on the run, and they get the out.
Some worms while you're at it.
Here's the second baseman, Isaac Collins. 0 for 3 with 2 strikeouts and a ground out. That one to first. He takes it himself to the bag, and that'll do it. Nothing doing for the Royals. They trail it big. It's 9-1. All set to start the 9th in this one. So now the Yankees cleanup hitter, Trent Grisham. Ripped on the ground to second. 1 pitch and 1 out.
Up next for the Yankees, the catcher, number 28, Austin Wells.
Here's the catcher, Austin Wells. He's already homered here in this one. And ball. Foul ball. 0-1. Yeah, that's fouled off. Lugo, a former Gold Glove winner, he throws a slurve, a four-seamer, a sinker, a cutter, and he works in a changeup. Crushed to right. This one's got a chance. Out of here. Home run. Another homer. His second homer of the night, and they add a run. It's 10-1.
He's going to the plate with a ton of confidence lately, and he's getting the results to back it up. No doubt, those two things feed off one another. With a low 90s fastball, you have to live on the edges and hit your spots. If you don't, you'll get hit hard. Really good swing there, patient, waited for it. It was like BP all over again.
One down. So up next for New York, Anthony Volpe. That one back up the middle, and it gets through.
The batter, number 13, second baseman.
Now it's the second baseman, Jazz Chisholm Jr. And first offering is fouled off. One run across in the frame so far here at the top of the ninth. Out towards right center. That's well struck. That's got a chance. That's down. One hops off the wall. Volpe flying around third and headed home. Now he launches a throw over his head.
Up next for the Yankees, the third baseman.
So man aboard. Ryan McMahon steps to the plate. That's outside. And that is ball one. Nice grab. Takes it himself, and he got him. Nicely done at first for the out.
Up next for the Yankees, the right fielder, Jose Caballero.
Now it's the right fielder, Jose Caballero. Check swing to the first pitch. Appeal down to first. No swing. Chisholm on third with 2 out. swing, and he popped it up. Witt should have this one. And that is that. 2-3-4 set to hit in the bottom of the ninth. It's the Yankees 11 and the Royals 1. Back now as they hand the ball to a fresh arm to start the bottom of the ninth, Fernando Cruz.
Well, he's a big-time strikeout guy out there. This season, averaging more than 1 per inning.
On the ground at first, Bellinger over to pick it up. He'll do it himself. 1 pitch and 1 out.
Up next for the Royals, the first baseman, number 9,
Vinny Pasquantino steps in for the Royals.
Picked up an RBI in his last at bat. Still their only run of the game so far.
There's the strike. 95 of that one. Fouled off, and they'll do it again. That one just misses.
That's the ball.
Looked like a strike to me, and here comes the challenge. It just shaved the zone, so they've still got both their challenges. Last chance for the Royals, and next up for the Royals, Salvador Perez. 3 strikeouts already. He's 0 for 3. A little out front there as he swings through it.
He's had a tough day at the plate. 3 strikeouts already. It's hard not to think negative, but you got to find a way to somehow center up the baseball and put it in play.
Cruz is just 1 strike away. Foul ball. It stays 0-2. 2 down, nobody on here in the last half of inning number 9. Swing and a miss, struck him out, and that is the ball game.
Another strong showing from them tonight, Boog. They're doing the little things well over this long winning streak, and you can bet that has the manager smiling. When a team executes this well so consistently, it makes you think they're destined for big things.
An 11-1 final. For Chris Singleton and our entire crew, I'm John Shambi saying so long.
Say too much. I don't gotta say too much. Nah, I don't gotta say too much. I don't gotta say too much. Let me talk to you.